What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 157, and we start today's episode off with a game against Cardiff here at White Hart Lane, ending September, and it's been a very good start to the season so far. Of course, we have just lost our first game in the last episode, which was against Millwall in the Capital One Cup, but other than that, we haven't lost a single game, and the league has got to a decent start as well. As I said, we do want to challenge for the title this year. Last year we could only manage 4th place, but this year we've invested in the squad once again, and currently we are in 2nd place, level on points with Arsenal, just 2 goals behind them in the goal difference, but of course we've only played 5 games, but even so, it's always nice to get off to a very decent start. We take on Cardiff, however, and Cardiff, a newly promoted side this year for this season in the game, and they've got some decent players in the side as well, so I was surprised that they were relegated last year, but even so, when they try and play out from the back that weakly, then you can see why they were relegated last year. Poor defending, and also poor goalkeeping from John Ruddy, really. I guess defensive is their Achilles heel. Very poor from both aspects there. I'm not sure who the defender was, but John Ruddy, the former Norwich keeper in goal, really should have stopped Ross Barkley's header there, but he didn't, and it was 1-0 to us just 10 minutes in. So good cross by, I think it was Chaloba down the left-hand side, not sure. Good cross regardless, and Barkley's header, again, you got to look at Ruddy there and say, how on earth did you not keep that one out? Because yes, a bit of a powerful header, but it's straight at Ruddy, and it just hits the back of his glove and goes into the back of the net. So Spurs 1, Cardiff 0, and just a couple of minutes after that, we passed the ball around to Mari, gives the ball to the goal scorer Ross Barkley. He gives it to Daniel Sturridge, 1-2 with Julian Draxler. Sturridge is running clear, and again, it's really simple for me to win a penalty here. I just poked the ball underneath Ruddy, and Ruddy, who didn't get off to a good start in this game, gives away a penalty here and also gets a booking as well. So Ruddy not off to a very good start, Cardiff not off to a very good start, and 14 minutes in, we have a chance to make it 2-0 from the spot as Daniel Sturridge is fouled. So Sturridge wins the penalty, and he's going to take it himself. It's Sturridge against John Ruddy here. Will he score, or will Ruddy redeem himself with stopping this penalty? It's Sturridge against Ruddy here in the 14th minute. Sturridge stands up. I get the ball, I get the cursor in the green, and I also get the ball in the back of the net as well. Good penalty by Daniel Sturridge there into the top corner. Ruddy dives the right way, but he can't get a glove to it. Draxler then makes it 3-0 following up the rebound. But no, good penalty by Sturridge, and it's 2-0 to us. I've said before, my penalty record is not the best. I do miss penalties every now and then. I rarely ever save them, but of late I've found it a little bit easier for me to score penalties. Now I know that I miss quite a lot, but of late I've got a little bit better at it. So that's a good penalty by Sturridge right into the top corner. Ruddy can't save it, and it is indeed 2-0 to Spurs. And like I said, Ruddy, cameras on him. He was not having a good opening quarter of an hour here at White Hart Lane. But in the 17th minute, Cardiff had a good chance to hit back here. It was Jordan Much down the right hand side. He got onto the ball. He plays a great ball into Cornelius here. His shot is well saved by Courtois. We just about managed to get the ball away though, and it's still 2-0. But Much was the only one for Cardiff, giving us some problems really. And in the 41st minute, Gunnarsson gets onto the ball here. He ends up playing the ball out wide towards Gary Medel, the Chilean midfielder. He gets past Chaloba way too easily, keeps on going and finds Much, and Much does put the ball into the back of the net. So Spurs 2, Cardiff 1, Much with a goal. Like I said, he was the only real player for Cardiff that was playing quite well in this game, and Much did get the goal that would give themselves a route back into the game just before half time. But in the 44th minute, we had a free kick here as Gary Medel fouls Julian Draxler, apparently that's how you say that, but Julian Draxler for me, the English way of saying it. Draxler gets fouled anyway. It's Bale who stands over it. He's 34 yards out just before half time. Can he score a fantastic free kick? It's Bale against Ruddy. Unfortunately, Ruddy does redeem himself a little bit with a very good save there. It was sneaking into the bottom corner. Bale shakes his head, but in reality, you've got to say Ruddy made a good stop there, because it was quite a slow free kick, if you will, but even so, it's right in the bottom corner, and Ruddy did well to save it. And from the corner, Christian Eriksen stands over it and crosses the ball in towards Leal Gutierrez, but unfortunately, as the ball falls to Sumaro, Ruddy gets out quickly and denies him, and it's still 2-1. And that was actually how the game finished here, because we end up going for half time as we give the ball away with Gareth Bale. His shot is simple for Ruddy. We go into half time, but the game actually does indeed finish at 2-1. It was the most uneventful second half I've ever played in my entire life. Nothing happened, unfortunately. I couldn't find any highlights whatsoever. There was one shot from about 35 yards out by the South Korean Kim for Cardiff, but other than that, nothing happened. So it was really poor. We won the game by 2-1. And it's another 3 points and a good start in the league so far. So we got to a very good start, and I'm very happy with that. Draxler then comes to us after the game and says, "Thanks for playing me so much, I appreciate it." I was like, no problem. And then Glenn Robinson says in the next game he would like to play, because he's actually got to quite a good start in his Spurs career. You know, he signed him from Newcastle for, I think it was £7 million plus Ben Taleb, and he's a reserve player. He doesn't play too often, but in the games he has played so far this season, he's done very well. So I'm very happy with that piece of business. But anyway, here is a squad report. A reminder that the squad squad reports that I've shown at the start of every single calendar month in game, and yeah, it's looking good. I say it every single time, but it is looking good indeed. I have to say, other than Dawson, who's retiring at the end of the year, there isn't really any players here which I'm looking forward to getting rid of. You know, every player seems perfectly fine. The squad is very, very young. So many young players breaking through, and it's looking very decent. It's looking very good, and I think, you know, I don't want to say we're done here, but I definitely feel like our work has been done in terms of improving the squad. You know, we came in, we turned Spurs from a side that was sort of on the cusp of qualifying to the Champions League, and now, let's be honest, if we're not challenging for the title this year, clearly it's due to my poor performances, not the team, because the team is really good. You know, every single player is great in the first 11 and the bench as well, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be challenging for the title come the end of the season. You know, we should have done that last year. It was me really that threw it away with some poor form during the winter months, so really we should be okay this year to challenge for the title. Not sure whether we will be able to win it, but certainly challenge for the title regardless. And you know, with that in mind, I definitely feel there's a lot of people been asking me. It seems to happen every single episode, but there seems to be one or two people in the comments always asking me, when am I going to be leaving Spurs? When are we going to sort of call quits here and go somewhere else? You know, a lot of people want me to leave the country once again, but as I said before, foreign career modes don't tend to get the best views, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to leave the Premier League. But regardless of such, a lot of people asking me whether I'm going to leave Spurs soon. I definitely feel as though this year would probably be our last year, to be honest anyway, especially if we can win the title. Like I said, I think that we can do, touch wood, but even if we don't win the title this year, I definitely think this year could be our last, but we'll wait and see. But anyway, after that we took on Red Bull Salzburg here, and we take on the Austrian side away from home in the Champions League. We won the first game of our group against Spartak Moscow by 4-2. They gave us a very difficult game though, and I thought Salzburg would do the same, and in the 8th minute they had the first chance of the game, but the shot was well saved by Courtois, and we end up getting the ball away here as Cher finds Townsend, and from that we go on the counter, if you will. Townsend gives it to Connor Wickham. Wickham loses out, but Red Bull Salzburg give the ball away. Carroll intercepts and Leo Chambers finds Glenn Robinson. Klein plays the ball over the top. It's towards Nelson Oliveira. The Portuguese striker goes 1-on-1, but I couldn't finish. Great goalkeeping, and it's tipped wide for a corner. So good stop by both Courtois and Gulaxi, the Hungarian goalkeeper for Salzburg here. So still 0-0. Both goalkeepers involved early on, and the 14th minute Courtois once again had to make a great stop there as the Salzburg player went through 1-on-1, but Courtois spread his body and he managed to get the ball away. So still 0-0. But they kept the pressure on here, and the number 4 ends up giving the ball away. Fabian Cher finds Glenn Robinson. He finds Bale, and we go on the counter once again. Bale finds Connor Wickham, and the Salzburg defender gives the ball away way too easily. Wickham gets onto it. Ball rolls around the last defender and shoots, but again, Galaxy, the former Liverpool keeper, makes a great save. It's cleared away, and as Bale goes in late here, the Salzburg defender ends up having to get taken off as well. And I was surprised there wasn't even a free kick for that, let alone a booking, because Bale went in seriously late there. And I was actually a little bit fearful that Bale may have been getting Cardiff for that, but he didn't, and it was a free kick to Salzburg. And how about this as well? The ball gets cleared, and I said last season I've always wanted to score like a David Beckham-esque goal from the halfway line. As I get the ball to Carroll here, I just decide to let fly. We're inside the circle, we let fly, and it just goes onto the roof of the net. The goalkeeper was scrambling. That would have been amazing had it came off, but unfortunately not. But even so, it goes out for a goal kick and nothing doing. Would have been amazing had Tom, David Beckham, Carroll scored that goal, but even so, still 0-0. And in the 27th minute we see Nathaniel Klein get onto the ball. Nice little ball roll to beat the man outside. Tries to cross it, it's blocked, but it falls to Bale, and what a goal this would have been on the half volley. It falls right into his path. Bale strikes on the half volley, but again Galaxy makes a save. So both goalkeepers doing very well in the opening few minutes here. In the 30th minute we get the ball away. Connor Wickham gets onto it, and it's a good chance for a break here. We're waiting for the runner. Wickham finds Carroll, doesn't decide to shoot from the halfway line this time, finds Andros Townsend down the left hand side, keeps on running, ends up stopping the ball, gets onto his left foot with the drag back, finds Connor Wickham at the far post, and he heads the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0. He decided not to celebrate at first, but then he thought, screw it, Gangnam style, starts dancing, and we take a lead here with Connor Wickham getting a goal. It was a nice break as well, and Townsend's cross was really nice as well. I sort of teased the defender there, waited for the lunge before dragging it back, and then crossing the ball to the far post. And Wickham, as I said, I do want him to succeed. Daniel Sturridge here at White Hart Lane, he always does seem to get on the score sheet when we play him, and that's another good goal there. So 1-0. Wickham could have made it 2, and 2 goals for him in the 42nd minute. Tried to chip Galaxy, but unfortunately it was a simple save, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, so you don't need to tell me. But from the corner it's crossed in, and Fabian Cher wins the header. He does find the back of the net, so Wickham couldn't make it 2-0, but Cher could, and it's a really good header by Fabian Cher, and he makes it 2-0. So good to be 2 goals up here just before half time. And just before half time we actually had a good chance to make it 3-0. Wickham finds Townsend, Townsend finds Bale, Bale tries to play it through to Wickham, and he finds him as well. Wickham goes through, really good chance, but I tried to be a bit cocky, tried to double step over it and then finesse it into the corner, try and catch the keeper out, but unfortunately it was a simple save, so still 2-0, but to be honest, Salzburg really didn't threaten. Other than the early chances, they didn't play very well, and the 66th minute we had a good chance to make it 3-0. Connor Wickham, who was causing the Salzburg defenders all sorts of problems, goes down the right hand side, swings in across, but Townsend's volley is well saved by the goalkeeper, so he was the only player really for Salzburg that was playing well. He see Carroll win the ball back for us, swinging across, it goes past every single player though, and is cleared away. It comes to Main. Main then loses out to John Joe Anderson. Anderson gets on the ball, stops it with the fake Rabona, gets onto his left foot here, swings it across himself, finds Andros Townsend. It's cleared away, but it falls to Tom Carroll, but his shot goes wide of the post. So still Salzburg 0, Spurs 2. But to be honest, if anyone was going to score, it was going to be us. Salzburg just weren't doing the job at the back. And in the 80th minute here, Welbeck and Wickham link up. It's Wickham down the left-hand side, swings it across, finds Andros Townsend. He finds the back of the net. Red Bull Salzburg 0, Spurs 3. So that's the 3 points sealed with 3 goals. So Townsend gets it, and yeah, very, very good performance away from home. Every single player was fantastic, right down to the goalkeeper Courtois, and that is how the game finished. So a 3-0 victory here away in Austria. Very good performance. 2 wins from our 2 opening games in the Champions League group, and that is fantastic news for us. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we could have another double upload day, so make sure you tune into the morning's video and match the target, the likes I will ask for. So thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for the next episode of Career Mode.